making art accessible to all.
MOCA is opening up its doors for free general admission.
Following the path to wellness.
Feeling better about yourself is important.
And the path to fullness.
The hot Cheetos in the tortilla is actually really spicy. You get that kick.
Plus, it's Britney. Oh, you know I wanted to say it. Localish LA starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Localish LA, where we check out all the wonderful things Southern California has to offer. I'm Joey Rand. This week we're at the Museum of Contemporary Art in downtown LA, where this weekend marks the start of free general admission. Here's how they're helping make art more accessible.
MOCA is opening up its doors for free general admission. It's going to be an opportunity for people who haven't been here, who couldn't come because of the ticket price, to actually come into the doors for free and experience MOCA and contemporary art.
I think as a museum, you're not on an ivory tower. You have to be a resident amongst residents, and you have to be accessible. If you think about institutions like in a city like a library, you want people to come in and really experience the art. So from the very beginnings, this was a huge goal, and thanks to this incredibly generous gift of Carolyn Clark Powers, we can do this now.
I believe that art has the ability to transform people and make them feel, make them heal. Also environmental issues and social justice issues, all types of things can come out from seeing art. I want everyone to have that experience.
I think you can see both a scholarly exhibition like Pattern and Decoration that looks at 2 decades of art making, or you take your whole family into the Carlos Cruz Diaz behind me and you turn yellow and green and red, and it's a completely immersive experience. Or you take the shuttle down to the Geffen, a beautiful display of what the museum has to offer. So we have a lot of public programs with movies, with lectures, but also of course the art collections.
I particularly like the Mark Rothkos. MOCA is fortunate to have 11 of them. I could just sit in front of them all day long. I've received so many notes from families saying that they're so thrilled to introduce their children to art for the first time. So that makes me very happy and excited.
A quick note, MOCA is closed on Tuesdays, but you can check it all out for free every other day of the week. Now, if you're looking to include more self-care in your life in the new year, Laguna Beach has a new wellness trail. Time now to visit the Pathway to Zen.
We couldn't have a better year to start out this Pathway to Zen and being part of it with the city of Laguna Beach, kind of like a wine trail, but with massage.
I got my tarot cards read for the new year, and it was mind-blowing. She actually brought me to tears. And so I would highly recommend it. Just very quirky, very unique, but she definitely knew what she was talking about.
There aren't a lot of places in all of California like Laguna Beach, so very unique. Our little 7 miles of coves and beaches, pretty special, pretty special.
So there's 12 initial locations. We worked with our partners to set those up. They are spread out throughout town, so we were actually the first destination-wide offering to offer health and wellness trails. A lot of destinations are offering, your typical beer and wine trail, and we thought it would be fun to incorporate all of our various wellness opportunities into a path that is spread out throughout town.
As part of your journey through Laguna Beach, you can do Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, aromatherapy massages, foot and hand massages, scalp massage. It's just making yourself better and feeling better about yourself is important.
We have the typical spa experiences, but we also have quirky, unique offerings that really set Laguna Beach apart from other destinations, whether it's laughter yoga, getting your dog's chakra read. We have aura readings. We have yoga on the beach, taking in beautiful views. We also have 20,000 acres of wilderness, perfect for hiking and biking, and the ideal place to get your Zen on.
All we have to do is we have to embrace what we have. We have to be good caretakers of what we have, and then add elements that can enhance that experience. So hiking in the canyon's awesome, and sweaty and getting your water and making sure you have your proper nutrition, but then coming in and finishing off with a wellness experience at our spa, not too bad.
Let's talk now about something that's not very zen, LA rent prices. We can all agree they have gotten a bit out of control, but we have found a solution. It might not come to this, but you still might have to share some space.
Pod share is group housing. It's affordable and in the most expensive neighborhoods of Los Angeles. It's basically $1,000 a month and you can live anywhere. The idea is you could spend the night here, you can go downtown, you can go to Venice at the whim or in advance if there's space. You can also go $50 a night or $280 a week.
It's a community with multiple locations throughout Los Angeles.
We've hosted over 75,000 people at this point through all different countries of the world.
And you can go all around the LA and you can have a place to sleep. That's the good part.
When I came to Los Angeles, I was looking for places to stay. I stumbled into this location and I was like, all right, this is super cool.
In 2012, I needed a place to live and I wanted to live at Hollywood and Vine, and that is a very expensive place to live. So I thought if I could divvy my rent up by 1/10 and include all the utilities, get food in the fridge, toiletries in the shower, all the maintenance and housekeeping was done, then I could afford the rent.
I would recommend it for people who are trying to take the step to move to LA but are really scared because of the financial aspect of it.
A pod has a personal television with Roku, Netflix, Hulu, Pandora. We've got subscriptions for you. Nightlight, outlets with USBs in it, and little lockers so you can put your valuables in there.
PodShare works similar to companies that do like month-to-month office space or gym memberships that are month-to-month as well. Same thing. So you can pay on a daily, weekly, or a monthly basis.
You can go through here in Los Feliz, and then tomorrow you can be at DTLA, which is at the District of Art. And then you can go to Venice, you can stay a night there because you have this kind of flexibility.
I got a message yesterday that was like, hey, I really appreciate PodShare because when I came to LA I didn't know anybody and it was my home and it was a place for me to get an apartment. So many people meet roommates here and then they go find like a traditional apartment.
If you are open-minded, it's a good place to be.
LA can seem like a big move, but thanks to PodShare, it doesn't have to be a really big move.
Coming up,
it's an oasis, it's a great place to hide.
a secret escape in the middle of downtown LA. Plus, the best new restaurant in America right in Echo Park. And later,
wow, it's a representation of her.
Why Britney's popping up at Fairfax and 3rd. Live like a local. Follow Localish on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube.
Welcome back to Localish LA from the Museum of Contemporary Art in downtown Los Angeles. You know, just across the street from here is the Disney Concert Hall. And amid all that stainless steel is a secret oasis to escape the hustle and bustle of the big city.
The Blue Ribbon Garden at the Concert Hall is in the middle of downtown LA, and yet it's an incredible, always blooming garden. It's an oasis, it's a great place to hide.
It's nice and quiet and secluded. It kind of is a nice escape from the busy downtown LA. And right now you can hear the birds chirping and you kind of get an environment, you know, out in nature a bit.
The garden is a full city block long. It has plants from all around the world. The beauty of the garden too is that there's always something in bloom. It was designed so that all year round in Southern California, there's green, there's color, there's flowers. It's pretty spectacular. You have to want to come here. It's off the beaten path, so if you're doing a quick drive-by of downtown LA, you're not likely to find your way into the garden. But if you live here, if you're a regular here, if you work here, you know it exists.
It's elevated and it's secluded, and I think that they did that on purpose because it's designed to not have as much foot traffic as you might think, so it retains its solitude. So that's really cool. It just gives you some time to be alone and maybe hang out with a few friends and just relax, enjoy the breeze and the shade.
Lillian Disney, who made the gift in honor of her husband Walt for the concert hall, when she gave her money to build the building, she said to Frank Gehry, I want two things. I want the hall to be acoustically perfect, and I want my love of gardens to be represented. When she passed, her kids and grandkids wanted to create what is named a Rose for Lily. We brought in artisans to actually create the designed piece on site, and if you look at it, it's shards of Delft china, and if you really let your eye wander, every now and then there's a piece of color. I'm convinced, although no one knows this for sure, that the artisans who built it, it's their grandmother's china.
This garden is amazing. It's one of the most coolest places that we can visit here.
I've been here on a field trip as a little kid. I remember how beautiful the building was, but I didn't remember the garden.
Frank Gehry wanted this to be the living room for the city. He wanted the public welcome at all time. You want to do the overlook. You want to walk up 5 flights of stairs to the top corner of the building. You get this incredible view of downtown. There are exercise walks where you can go up the 5 flights, across, down, through the garden, back onto Grand Avenue, rinse and repeat. I believe 3 times as a mile, including about 20 stories of climbing, which is a great way actually to get your walk in during the day.
Still ahead on Localish LA.
It's all kinds of different flavors.
How an East LA abuela is kicking up the flavor game. But first, it's art and dessert.
Our graffiti is like a canvas. We start painting so people can eat it.
Don't miss out on all LA has to offer. Check out abc7.com/localish.
Here at the Museum of Contemporary Art, the art is meant to be enjoyed by looking at it. In Beverly Hills, there's a place where you can get an original work of art that's meant to be enjoyed by eating it.
We do everything with so much love and so much passion that every little detail matters. Hi, my name is Mitzi Reyes. I'm the pastry chef at the SLS Hotel. We are the only of the bazaar that has an actual patisserie. And we're gonna be doing our signature dessert, which is our graffiti. Our graffiti is like a canvas. We start painting so people can eat it. So we just go creative. If you see every picture of graffitis, they're all gonna be different because every single person sees art in a different ways. We have our caramel sauce. We're just placing it and painting with our chocolate caramel sauce, chocolate caramel as well. And then right on the middle, we're gonna place our piñata. It's a chocolate shell that we're gonna break. Then we have our candies. We have our chocolate caramel. We have our churro macaroons. We have our cinnamon polvoron. Cherry pâte de fruits. We have our turron. It's almond turron and honey. We have our little ornaments, which it's caramel bonbon. And then we finish with a nitro.
So if you can have just one thing on this plate, what is the one item that you want to grab?
I think I will go with a churro macaron.
From dessert to lunch in Echo Park, there's a little sandwich shop that last year was named Bon Appetit's #1 new restaurant in America. Here now is a look at why.
On like day one, like it was just like Kira and myself and like a couple of front of house people. We didn't even have a dishwasher or like anything. Like we were just like, we don't know if anyone's going to show up. We really have no idea if people are going to be okay with this and be into it.
Oh my god, that was so good.
It's really good.
Wow.
we got pretty lucky and people liked it. So. I'm Nick Montgomery, and co-chef and owner at Combi with my partner Akira Kudo. Combi is a little daytime spot. We serve Japanese sandwiches, some vegetable dishes, coffee, tea, pastries. We're very lucky. Just got #1 on the Bon Appetit Best New Restaurant list.
I live in Chicago, and I read about this place in Bon Appetit, and of course I had to come. How did you find out about this place?
Through Bon Appetit. It's certainly helped out business a lot, and feels good to be recognized for the efforts we put in. But just makes us want to work harder every day to make sure we live up to the expectations that people have for us. You know, we took a lot of inspiration from places like convenience stores, kind of the newer wave coffee shops, and in and around Japan, and especially like major cities like Tokyo.
What's your most ordered sandwich?
Depends on the day. It can be either this one or the pork katsu sandwich. Sometimes they're tied. But yeah, those are the top 2 sellers. So.
This is the egg salad sandwich. The 7-Elevens in Japan are kind of famous for having like these amazing sandwiches. So we'll see if they're just as good. It's very good, and it's Instagram friendly.
You happy to have this spot in the neighborhood?
Most definitely.
Amazing. we got pretty lucky, and people liked it. So.
Okay, now if you're looking for something with a little more kick to it, there's a family in East LA that have turned their favorite spicy snack into one tasty taco.
It's all kinds of different flavors. Cheetos has always been a part of the family.
Hasta huele el olor, you can smell the hot Cheeto. Doña Eugenia, ¿quién es ese muchacho?
Es mi nieto más grandote.
You know, all the grandchildren, we've always been Cheeto fanatics, addicted to Cheetos. So one day we were hanging out here, me and my uncle, just kind of eating and thinking about ideas of what to separate us from everyone else. And of course, we had a bag of Cheetos in our hand. So we saw my grandma making the tortilla, you know, she makes the tortilla de mano. And we said, why not put hot Cheetos in the taco? And my uncle Robert's like, let's one up it. Let's make the actual tortilla a hot Cheeto.
En primer lugar, para mí esto es muy raro.
¿Por qué es raro esto?
Porque yo, mis hijos, mis nietos chiquitos, hacía tacos de frijolitos, de papas, pero mis hijos les gustó mucho los hot Cheetos. Ahora inventaron que quieren tacos de hot Cheetos. Yo les voy a ayudar a hacer las tortillas.
The only way you can get this unique handmade hot Cheetos tortilla is here at Ardia's in East LA.
¿Ya los ha probado anteriormente?
Los tacos no.
So va a ser your first time, su primera vez.
Mi primera vez.
¿Lista?
Okay.
All right. Brian, ready?
I'm born ready.
Eugenia?
Grandma? It's all kinds of different flavors. You got the juiciness of the meat. The hot Cheetos in the tortilla is actually really spicy. You get that kick, and you even get a little bit of an aftertaste. It's exactly what you think it is. It's a hot Cheeto taco.
Up next,
I get to paint an icon, and I get to paint that icon 20 feet tall.
meet the artist making Britney larger than life.
Welcome back to Localish LA. This week we're checking out the colorful works at the Museum of Contemporary Art. And a quick reminder, beginning this weekend, admission is free. You know, there's another museum in downtown LA, the Grammy Museum, which recently opened a special new gallery celebrating Latin music.
This is something that we've been talking about for quite some time. We have had a Latin music presence here at the Grammy Museum. It was definitely a lot smaller than what you see right now. Now we're at 3,000 square feet of permanent space that's dedicated to celebrating all things relating to Latin music.
The amount of love that Latin music is getting right now is just amazing. It makes me proud to be Latino.
We're right here in downtown Los Angeles. 48% of the population in our own backyard is Latino. So we weren't telling the stories of Latin music the way that we should be. So expanding our gallery space is the first step to doing just that.
This is the music that I grew up to, you know, like Vicente Fernandez. Like I listen to this like every weekend and every party, every family party, right? Maná, like it's amazing to see those type of artists getting recognition here.
So on display, we even have a shirt that Juanes wore when artists were being encouraged to speak in English. And there's a shirt that he actually wore that says, "Se habla español." So it's just kind of a fun piece of history.
There's a section in this exhibition that celebrates kind of the tools of the trade, the different instruments, and in one display case in particular, we have this very methodical juxtaposition of a turntable that was part of Oso Motley's DJ Spinovi, used that on the Street Signs record. And then we have an accordion from Jorge from Los Tigres del Norte. So it's kind of this old school mix with new school, but that in and of itself just encapsulates what we're about here at the Grammy Museum. It's celebrating diversity, celebrating different types of music, different genres, but also equally importantly, celebrate the people and the places that kind of fostered that sort of creativity.
Meanwhile, a bit west of here, some new art just popped up celebrating Grammy winner Britney Spears.
I'm gonna do some portrait painting, I'm gonna do some drips, some splatter, put on as much of a show as I can, 30 feet in the air. You know, it's as dangerous as I guess you make it. Anything could happen. With a Rob Pryor painting, you never know exactly what you're gonna get. They were like, we've got this wall and it's giant. you want to do it? And I was like, I'm in. I get to paint an icon, and I get to paint that icon 20 feet tall. Hi, I'm Rob Pryor. We're on the corner of Fairfax and 3rd, I believe, and we're painting a mural. And that mural is of Britney Spears. It's gonna be for the Zone, the Britney Spears experience. I like challenges in almost every aspect of life. Like if somebody says, there's no way you can do this, I'm like, I'll figure out a way. That was kind of this. What I like to think of it as is sort of a blend of street art and just art in general, studio art. I came up with a design, I drew it all out, and then I got it ready to put on the wall. Rob Pryor and Britney Spears probably wouldn't be synonymous, but you know, because I'm a little darker with my stuff, and this is all butterflies and rainbows, but it's you know, it's called broadening your horizons. I want people to look at the artwork and just go, wow, you know, it's a representation of her sort of her life in some ways, and you know what she represents to the public. Whether you like her music or not, it hits you in some way. And anybody that can have that kind of power when coming out with music, whether you like it or not, doesn't matter. The fact that you think about it, that's what matters. And that's what helps make her, you know, a giant icon. I have two fears, basically, in any art that I do, especially a portrait of any kind. One, my first one is, are my fans going to like it? Is it going to be something that they adhere to? And the second one is, what about the person I'm painting? I hope it looks like them, I hope they like it. And so part of that is me just going, I hope she likes it. Because that's the biggest compliment would be for her to go, cool.
The Zone, the Britney Spears experience, opens January 31st. Tickets are on sale now. That's all the time we have this week. Thank you so much for joining us. And remember, for more ways to live like a local, head to abc7.com/localish. Here's how they're.
Don't miss an all-new episode of Localish LA on Sunday at 6:30 on ABC7. Or click on the subscribe button and watch Localish LA anytime.